on the rise, it seems. Higher Education Minister Naledi Pandor says there's been an increase in fake credentials reported over the past 5 years. Now, in the last financial year, almost 1,000 fraudulent qualifications were discovered. Now, Deputy CEO of the South African Qualifications Authority, Dr. Julie Reddy, joining us to talk more about this. Julie, good morning.
Good morning.
And thanks for your time. I suppose the question, the first one should be why? Why are we seeing such an increase?
I think because we have detected more foreign qualifications. SAQA's function is to verify national qualifications for the public sector and evaluate foreign qualifications of people who have earned their qualifications overseas. Our services, the request for our services has increased dramatically, given a Department of Public Service and Administration directive that all public service appointments must first verify the qualifications with SAQA to make sure they are genuine qualifications before the person can be appointed. So the increase in our services has also allowed us to detect and verify many more foreign qualifications. I think it must be emphasized that it's still less than 1% of the total qualifications that we verify and evaluate in any one financial year.
But it seems to be on the up. And have you noticed whether there is a trend in whether it is certain careers? Are we looking at certain age groups? Are we looking at where exactly are we able to pinpoint? Or is this across the board that we are seeing people trying to fake it?
Yeah. SAQA has been doing this since 2009, reporting to the Minister of Higher Education and Training foreign qualifications that are misrepresented and national qualifications that are misrepresented. The qualifications that we find are mostly in the misrepresented category are still senior certificate, which is your level 4 school leaving certificate. And there are some higher education qualifications, first degrees, etc. And recently, the spike might be due to the Quality Council for Trades and Occupations have been reporting. And this has just been recent. So you'll see a spike in the 2017-18 financial year. But that's because that Quality Council has recently been reporting on qualifications that are misrepresented in the trades and occupation sector. So artisan trades and those kinds of occupational trades.
So, I mean, how does it happen? Because sometimes we can have people working in positions for years and then suddenly something happens. Like, I mean, we're just hearing about, not that John Steenhuisen has faked a qualification, he just didn't have one. But you can be out there, you can be doing your thing, and some people do their jobs well without the qualification. What happens that you would have to, that somebody might call for some type of verification? We're not just talking about, I'm going for a job interview, I might get the job, and then the employer wants to check. Some people have been entrenched in their careers for many years before this is found out.
Part of the problem is we are more strict now than we were previously in the new democratic dispensation. We are more strict about people having minimum qualification requirements when they apply for jobs. And I mean, I do agree with you. A lot of people can do the job. They don't necessarily need the qualification. But in some positions, there are huge implications if the person does not have the appropriate qualification for the job. The public sector, where we work mostly in terms of national qualifications, I think what has made this very important is that we have found high-profile people have misrepresented their qualifications and, the reputational risk for us as a country. So SAQA has really gone into this, and the spirit of promoting genuine qualifications, and telling people to live in this country with integrity and honesty. And so with being, more out there in terms of promoting genuine qualifications, we have found that there needs to be a way to report misrepresentation, and that came from a request from the previous Minister of Higher Education. What it has done, in my view, is that there has been a drop in misrepresented qualifications in recent months.
Okay.
I think people who do not have qualifications are not applying for positions.
Okay.
And the spike is also, it's not qualifications earned recently. These are qualifications earned a long time ago. Now, SAQA has a national learner record database with about 18 million records of learner achievements. But we do have qualifications that are not digitally captured.
Okay.
So these require field work and for us to do an investigation.
Physically going through paperwork.
Yes,
okay.
and looking at the original sources. And this has unearthed a lot of misrepresented qualifications.
We are out of time, but I just want, in a few words from you, how far back can you go to check somebody's qualifications?
Well, some of our records we've got in the late 1800s, actually, on our database.
Right.
But it's easier to verify qualifications after 1994. Most of those are electronically captured. But the ones prior to that are more difficult, but we do a lot of investigative work. We go to the original sources, we look in the archives, and we try to locate the records.
Very interesting. Okay,
yes.
Well, thanks very much for your time,
You're
and
welcome.
thanks for breaking it down for
You're
us.
welcome.
That's Deputy CEO of the South African Qualifications Authority.